Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and this is just a little update video for everyone who, who's a regular on my channel, because I haven't really posted any videos this past week. I haven't live streamed at all this past week, and I know most of you know that the reason is because Alexander Savage launched this last week. It's been officially a week today since Alexander Savage hit the game, and people have been wondering, what did it really mean for progression? Now, I'm not going to talk about it too much. I'm going to be answering some questions that I've gotten over the past week. Some things like, do you have a gag order on why you can't really talk about Alexander Savage? And even here, I will only very loosely talk about Alexander Savage from a mechanical standpoint. Why don't you have any videos? Where are all the guides? That's a big one I've been getting. Even before Alexander Savage, like, where are all the guides? Like, Dark Knight, Monk, White Mage, where's everything? So I want to take this time. I'm going to be mining in between. I mean, my miner's still level 58, so I guess this is just the only time I'll get to level. And I just want to answer some of those questions, really, and give you guys an update about what's been going on. So, real quick, before I get started on answering the few questions that I've been getting, I just want to say real quick, congratulations to Elysium Group 1 on their world first of Alexander Savage 2 and 3. And also congratulations on world second of the first floor of Alexander. It's been a crazy race, really. As someone who's kind of been participating and watching it from both standpoints, just because of a few technical issues on the first day, it has been crazy, awesome, fun, and frustrating all at the same time. So, just real quick, let me clarify. Like I said, that's Group 1 I'm congratulating. It's one of the other groups in Elysium competing for world first. They managed to beat things pretty quick. 1 and 2 were down the first day, and I really wish we'd had 1 and 2 down the first day, but we had an issue with our White Mage, who had no internet for, I guess, the first day. They had to eventually go stay with someone else for the rest of the week, because just their internet was we had so many wipes in A1 and 2. Just, I'm DCing, like nothing you can do. It was a decision that was out of their hands, but they did something to rectify it real quick. We caught right back up, got to A3 on the second day. So it's been it's been a hell of a ride because of that. And let me just say that Alexander Savage has met my expectations. It's exactly what I wanted from it. And I have a lot of thoughts that I can't get out in this video, just because otherwise it'll take forever. Granted, you're watching a Mr. Happy video. What did you really expect in the first place? It's a lot of fun. It's exactly what I wanted from it. And that's really why I've taken this last week to just not do much content-wise to participate in it. I mean, of course, there's other reasons. One of them is that not only do we want to beat them, but, I, as somebody who, creates content for a living, guides is a big thing that I do. I wanted to really have that head start, get through the fights, look at them, analyze everything that was being discovered about them, and put out a really quality guide for the people who are going to be tackling Savage later on. And I feel like I've been accomplishing that. I've been taking notes. I've been making sure to pay attention to optimizations that that the internet has been posting on places like Reddit, so that way when the time comes, when the guide does eventually come, it is full, it is complete. There are no details missing, and it will help you guaranteed get the win. Now, I'm not saying it's going to come anytime soon, because, to be honest, still got to finish A3 and A4 probably before you see much of that. And by then, we'll have multiple weeks of clears under our belt. I'll have good footage of everything, and that's another big reason why taking this week meant a lot to me, because I knew people would really want these guides. They would really and they'd really want them to be complete, like things like healer rotations, even, how much DPS can the healers put out, what minimum gear would you recommend for your average player, what exact DPS numbers do we need, do you have any job compositions that you personally recommend over anything else, and all that information I will have. So again, apologies just for this last week of just very little content, but it'll be made up for in the long run, and things are going to start going back to normal now that the first week is over. People got to go back to work. We have real-life responsibilities we need to take care of, and yes, that includes me, that includes the other members of my raid group. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the race ends with Alexander 4, and I'm hoping to have Alexander 3 cleared before State of the Realm tonight, which I will actually be on for once. So that's really why I took this week of just, like, minimal content, to really not only just do it for, the competition, for the more accurate guide making, because I just enjoy it. Like, a lot of people don't understand the world first race. They think it's like, oh, it's just for EP and it's just for bragging rights, and you're absolutely right. There's nothing to gain from the world first race. And I'm not going to say that you're wrong for thinking that's what it's about. But for me, it's more about competing. Like, even if there's no trophy at the end, there's no like physical trophy, someone's gonna, you know, shake my hand and hold, and you know, I get to hold up the trophy with a gold medal at the end and all that. Like, that's not what it's about. It's just about that high intensity, just competition. Just, I don't know, I love the competition itself. And I'm sure that there are people out there who won't understand, who will still feel like it is just entirely about saying, oh, I'm the best, I'm the greatest. And honestly, I've never said that about myself, so that's not what it's about for me at all. It's all about that competition. It's why I love diving into content head first. It's why I love plowing against it, figuring out exactly how it's going to be done. I can't even gather that dragon skin map because I have one on me. Should have put it in my retainer first. It's just what it means to me. And hopefully you guys will be the beneficiaries of a more thorough and well put together guide. And that's really the second question I want to answer, is where are all the guides? Because people, like, I don't think I've really posted a guide outside of a dungeon guide in the primal guides, really. Since the expansion came out, I've been posting sort of proposed openers and overviews and thoughts about jobs at level 60. And people want full-blown guides, like I did back in 2.0. You know, I did a summoner guide, I did a monk guide, whatever. But looking back, if I now, my future self, went back and saw my I can't even gather that, I'm not going to try, and I saw my past self making those videos back in 2.0, I would have stopped myself, because I didn't have a full enough comprehension of the job to call it a guide. Yes, did it cover the bare basics that you should understand of the job? Good, fine. Did it actually teach optimization and putting out the most DPS with the best proven rotations? No. And that is why I have not been releasing guides as frequently, why it's been thoughts videos and just ideas, and making sure that people who are maining these jobs are contributing to the conversation, that they have, you know, free reign of opinion. It's not like they're debating my word or anything like that. They just have a place to go and say, this is what I found, this is what I'm doing, this is what's working for me, how's everybody else doing it? And that's how I'm going to be approaching guides for jobs in the future. Unless it's a job that I have taken the time, I have mapped things out. Like Ninja, I will eventually do one after things have kind of calmed down a bit, a full-blown reissued guide, back an update one from 2.45. I'm just not going to do them without collaboration from a more experienced person. Because there are people out there that do these guides, that do things, and they mostly do textual guides. And I love to include them and members of the community in videos. You know, expose them, make sure that people are more aware of people who are doing guides for Dragoon or who are doing guides for Warrior. Because it only benefits the community, and that's what the guides are supposed to do. They're supposed to benefit the community. So hopefully that makes it forgivable that they've been a little bit slower. Yes, I will be doing a Dark Knight Thoughts video. Yes, don't worry about that. It will not be a guide, though. I need to make that abundantly clear. It is not a guide. And I just hope that that's good enough for you. When things clear up a little bit, I will be posting Alexander Savage kills. I have the week 1 clears. I went back and looked at them and I was like, oh my god. The nervousness, like I can watch my play from the first time clearing it versus now this week having footage of the second time clearing it, and you can just see the sort of nervous tendencies that you get into when it's just like, oh, I just want to get through the fight, and I'll give up DPS here and I'll give up DPS there, or I'll maybe miss a buff or miss a debuff, and I'm just like, oh god. Like, I don't, like, it's embarrassing to watch it, like, having now cleared it the second week with minimal mistakes. It's just, and even then, still, numbers are good. Everything worked out okay. And so close to A3 Savage. So close to having it done. And I can't wait till it's done, because then Alexander Savage 4 is going to be a disaster. It's going to be a complete disaster. And I know there's still a lot of questions you guys want me to answer. You know, do you like, you know, the way that Alexander Savage 3 was a gear check? And, you know, do you have any recommendations for Faust? Or is there any special way? Who should go in the Gobwalker in Alexander Savage 2? There's so many different answers to that question that work right now. I do not want to give you one definitive answer. And of course, yes, of course, this would probably be the final question. Do you have a gag order on you? Like, why? There's stuff on the internet. Why can't you just talk about it? Like, it's not like it's a secret anymore. You're right. it is not a secret anymore. And I have been given clearance to talk about A1 and A2, or at least post a video of A1 and A2 and the clears and whatnot, which I may do. I may do commentary over it, talking about places where you can point out lack of optimization, you know, lack of proper skill usage, or you know, strategies that are just not as optimal as some of the newer ones that have popped up. Yes, I may do that. When I have 100% clearance, I will consider it. But until then, it's more out of respect, really. It's a respect that I've never given the community before, where I want to get it out as quick as possible. And sure, quick as possible. There's always one or two little things missing that can just make the fight easier. That there's always missing, which is why I'm in no rush to get this done. It's out of respect for the people who are currently racing for World First, myself included, really. Even though we haven't beaten A3 Savage yet, like, we're there. It just needs to fall over. Just, I don't want to say anything else. Anyway, that's it. That's really the thing. I'm giving the community the respect of giving them a little time to figure it out for themselves. That's really, really a big part of it. When the time is right, the guide will come. So do not worry. It's just out of respect for everybody, and just out of respect for the race itself, without trying to interfere in it at all in any sort of way. So hopefully you guys understand. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video with my insight, updating, talking about how this last week has been for me. There will probably be more videos like this where I just kind of project my thoughts about the game. There's a lot of things where I actually get these questions very often, and I kind of make them really short, and I put them in the Mondays with Mr. Happy videos. When I get them, I just kind of shorten them and make it so they're not, they don't take up the whole video itself. I might do videos like this. I kind of like it. It's almost like a video game video log, almost, just about certain topics and whatnot. And I can do bullshit, like I can be in the middle of a dungeon. I can be in the middle of, like, clearing something. It could be over old footage that I have of, like, something I never posted. Whatever. I'll figure something out how I want to do it, but hopefully this video was insightful for you to what's going through my mind this past week. Things are going to be going back to normal a little bit more starting tonight with State of the Realm. Be sure to be there. We'll be talking about Savage, but we'll also be talking about some other things. If you don't come by State of the Realm live very often, don't worry. It is on iTunes. It is on YouTube, of course, the next day. Everyone, thank you so much for supporting the channel. It's meant a lot to me, both before the Savage Week and I'm sure going forward. It's just been phenomenal. And it's because of you guys that I can even sit here and compete in Alexander Savage and just do my best to complete it as fast as possible. Without you guys, without, you know, the support of you, my girlfriend, my friends, my family, I wouldn't even be able to make this video right now. And I know I got real sentimental on you real quick, but it's the truth. So, thank you, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Hopefully tomorrow. Well, it will be tomorrow. It'll be State of the Realm. It won't be a continuation of this video. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care.